It seems like William Ruto has unleashed his dogs to attack ODM party. This after they had given a statement yesterday after the Central Committee warning UDA from making them feel nervous and anxious through their statements, especially from the senior political leaders in the UDA party. And today, Karen Nyamu, the nominated senator under UDA in Nairobi, gave her speech warning the ODM leaders from backing down from the agreement, saying that they are there to stay. Once they had an agreement, there is no clause that says that they have to exit. Here is the tip.
Nimeona jana partners wetu wa broad-based government ambao tunaheshimu sana wameenda wamefanya press conference, wametupatia sisi kama UDA ultimatum ati wanatoka kutoka kwa hii arrangement, ati hawajafurahi. Mimi nawaambia mambo ya watu wawili hailetwi hapa kwa press conference. Sisi tulikaa chini tukatengeneza mikakati ya broad-based government. Si tulifanya hivyo? Sasa kama kuna kashida kadogo, tukae kwa boardroom tusikizane. Si kuanikana. Hata sisi UDA si ati tuko sawa na kila kitu proposal zenu, lakini hatujawaanika. Kwa hivyo ODM mjue hakuna mahali mnaenda na sisi UDA hakuna mahali tunaenda. Tuko pamoja vile Raila alituacha mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Tuko pamoja kama mokogo namo. Hakuna exit clause. Hakuna exit clause kwa hii arrangement ya broad-based government. Tusiposikizana tunarudi nyumba ya tent. Mpaka tusikizane.
According to Karen Nyamu, she said that some things are better said in boardroom, and also if there is a problem between them or in the broad-based agreement between UDA and ODM is something that should be, said and remedied in a boardroom rather than in public. So she pointed out to ODM party and told them they shouldn't have given the press briefing indicating that they are tired and giving ultimatum to the agreement, or rather to UDA. She even said that themselves as UDA, they are not satisfied with ODM as their partners. However, they have not gone to the public giving press statements. Some things they don't need exposure. So she warned ODM against what they are saying that they are there to be. They will never quit. They have no clause of exiting the agreement in ODM-UDA partnership deal. The ODM party seems to be, in as much as they have different factions, they feel that they are being alienated in the partnership deal because they'd given two main conditions. And the two main conditions, they said they must be met so that, the partnership deal can work between the two parties. So, number one condition they had given is about zoning. They asked that William Ruto to allow zoning, especially in the ODM strongholds, especially Nyanza and Homa Bay. Gladys Wanga was so categorical that Homa Bay, there will be no zoning. So it will be, or there will be zoning such that there is no any party which is supposed to field any candidate, especially the UDA party. Unfortunately, things are not the same, and William Ruto had already intruded Homa Bay town, Homa Bay County. He has fielded candidates all over, UDA candidates, in something that is not okay with some of the ODM people. And the ODM people, they know that going forward it will be so difficult for them to be chosen, and it will be so difficult for them to be elected by their electorates, because initially Raila Odinga would choose them. Once Raila Odinga has chosen you to be the governor, that is it. That's what the people from Luo Nyanza would follow. So right now it's different. And they feel threatened because if William Ruto fills the UDA candidates in the Luo Nyanza, it means some of them will lose their seats. In fact, The former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had warned Gladys Wanga, the governor of Homa Bay, and Oburu Oginga, the party leader of ODM, telling them once William Ruto steps his feet in Luo Nyanza, in fact, the number of MPs that will be chosen under UDA party will be minimal as compared to even some small parties, including Safina of Jimmy Wanjigi. He told them to give a condition, to be steadfast in their conditions they are giving William Ruto, telling him that, telling them that the condition of zoning, they should, tell William Ruto allow to accept before any deal is signed. And unfortunately, Gladys Wanga and Oburu Oginga, they were horny for money, so they signed the deal without even making the conditions valid. And the second condition, Oburu Oginga had said that hiyo kiti ya deputy president ndio wanalinda sana. By saying that, they mean that is the second condition. And Gladys Wanga equal has been saying that they need a 50-50% government. Therefore, they need the deputy president position as ODM. And it's something that I know has caused a dilemma in the agreement. And William Ruto, I'm confident that he's not buying the idea, because, if you consider the Luo Nyanza as the deputy having the deputy president from there, automatically he'll lose the Mount Kenya region. In as much as he has lost most of the voters in Mount Kenya, at least he has some those people, a few of the people who like him, a few of the people who are loyal, and therefore, for him choosing someone from ODM, that means he'll lose completely the backing from the Mount Kenya region. So it's something that is giving William Ruto sleepless nights. And those are the two conditions that ODM are giving William Ruto. And among between the two conditions, I don't see any of those conditions which William Ruto, will abide by or rather will honor. And that is the reason why ODM party has decided to part their way. That is why they have decided to warn William Ruto against dividing them. That is why, in fact, today they said they shouldn't be campaigning to, campaign for UDA re-election. That is the stance of ODM party as at today. And that is why now William Ruto has unleashed his dogs, including Karen Nyamu. There are some people who are backing. The same way, in Kenya, many people despise Karen Nyamu so much. They feel like she is something to do with maybe a sexual bimbo or something. Some woman who, does not need to hold any place in leadership because of what she does, what she posts online. Sometimes you could see her twerking online and in some clubs and post her on her social media handles. Some people feel like, some people like Karen Nyamu cannot be leaders. They are just there. They are just people who are picked and were given positions. But remember that Karen Nyamu is a lawyer by profession, and whatever she does, that is what exactly William Ruto wants her to do. And for her to say that, it is not in her position to call out ODM party. But when you see some underdogs like Karen Nyamu calling out ODM party for giving the statement and giving ultimatum, it tells you that already William Ruto has given his orders to the battalion, to online battalion. So you'll see, going forward, you'll be seeing many people, many politicians allied to UDA, allied to William Ruto, to come out strongly to condemn ODM party. And this is why they are going to break off. In fact, they are going to point out fingers to ODM, telling them they don't have numbers. They have nothing to give. In fact, they'll be telling ODM that ODM needs UDA than UDA needing it. This is the time many things will come up. And of course, the reality is ODM party needs UDA more than the other party needs it. Because right now they have no strength, they have nothing, they've lost the backing, they've lost some of the influential leaders, they have nothing. As always, these are my opinions. You may have yours too. You can read them in the comment section, because that can form a basis of what we'll talk about in the next video. Equally, if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content to other platforms, including Facebook and WhatsApp groups. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring in a new video.